The physical world surrounding you is an illusion of density. Matter has no existence as a solid reality. Every stone, every tree, every star scattered across the night sky, and the flesh wrapped around your bones is nothing more than sound, slowed down enough to become visible. The universe is an unending symphony of vibrations, and your body is not some biological accident. It is a finely tuned acoustic instrument crafted to receive the frequencies of the divine. Once you grasp that creation was spoken into being, you start to recognize that the noise of your daily existence is gradually detuning the instrument of your soul. Long ago, before the soul became imprisoned in the density of earth, it existed purely as a wave of light and sound. The soul traveled through the cosmos unbound by gravity, operating in flawless harmony with the mind of the Creator. But as souls began engaging with the material plane, they became captivated by the sensations of the physical realm. They sank deeper into the earthly experience. With every descent into matter, their original vibration grew slower. The high frequency of their spiritual origin became thick, heavy, and sluggish. The soul forgot its own song. It grew tangled in the chaotic noise of survival, fear, and selfish desires. To endure this dense environment without losing all connection to the divine, the physical body was constructed with a particular architecture. Along the spine and within the brain, 7 energy centers were placed. These centers correspond to the endocrine glands in the physical body. They are the pineal, the pituitary, the thyroid, the thymus, the adrenals, the cells of Leydig, and the gonads. But they are far more than simple biological regulators. They are the strings of your internal instrument. They are the points of contact between the mortal mind and the infinite consciousness of God. When a human being lives entirely consumed by the material world, these centers remain dormant. El alma queda atrapada en un ciclo de generación de bajas frecuencias y sufrimiento de las consecuencias de esas mismas emisiones. El universo funciona con la inquebrantable ley de causa y efecto, que es simplemente la ley de la vibración que regresa a quien produjo el sonido. Lo que transmitas debe volver a ti eventualmente. La humanidad se asfixiaba en una frecuencia densa y disonante. La vibración de la Tierra se había vuelto demasiado pesada. Se hizo necesaria una intervención divina. El ámbito físico requería un diapasón perfecto. Jesús de Nazaret llegó al mundo no solo como maestro, sino como la encarnación viviente de la frecuencia más alta alcanzable en el universo material. Llevó la conciencia de Cristo a la densidad de la carne. La conciencia de Cristo es la conciencia pura de la unidad del alma con Dios. Es la firma vibracional precisa del amor incondicional, la entrega total y la voluntad divina suprema. Jesús encarnó esta frecuencia sin defectos. Desde su nacimiento hasta su sacrificio final, cada acción y oración silenciosa liberaba una vibración tan poderosa que transformaba la atmósfera espiritual de todo el planeta. Él era la luz literal. Su mera presencia era una onda vibracional contra la oscuridad. Cuando se movía entre los enfermos, su pura frecuencia disolvía la disonancia de sus aflicciones. La sanación era la sumisión total de un estado desordenado y de baja frecuencia a la perfecta armonía del patrón de Cristo. Los demonios huían de la intensidad insoportable de su vibración espiritual. La oscuridad no podía perdurar en presencia de una luz tan concentrada. Vino a mostrar a la humanidad el camino de regreso a casa. La vida de Jesús sigue siendo el plano impecable para elevar la frecuencia humana del lodazal del egoísmo al esplendor de lo divino. Él es el puente sobre el abismo vibratorio. Cuando se proclamó el camino, la verdad y la vida, estaba describiendo la precisa mecánica espiritual del universo. The constant flood of information, the manufactured clamor of urban life, the dense frequencies of digital media, all of these conspire to suppress the spiritual centers. They tether your awareness to the lowest possible vibration. To escape this artificial gravity, the soul needs the remedy of pure resonance. Ancient initiates devoted years to silence, training themselves to produce precise vocal tones capable of shattering the static of the material world. They knew that the Creator's sound is perpetually transmitting, but the human receiver is typically switched off. Illness and mental anguish are not simply biological breakdowns, they are the direct consequence of vibrational discord. When someone clings to hatred, resentment, or profound grief, they emit a low frequency that conflicts with the body's natural harmony. In time, this dissonant noise hardens into physical disease. The cells lose memory of their original rhythm. The organ becomes a broken string, sounding an awful note. Healing, then, is essentially a return to harmony, and sound is the swiftest vehicle for that return. By bathing the body in pure, elevated frequencies, the discordant vibrations of sickness and despair are quite literally dislodged. The high frequency overwhelms the low. The cells are compelled to recall their divine tuning. This is the concealed architecture behind miracles. A miracle is merely the abrupt restoration of the soul's original vibration, erasing the illusion of illness. The physical form has no option but to conform to the dominant frequency surrounding it. Every uttered word and every thought entertained in the mind reshapes the structure of the environment. You are continuously broadcasting your inner state to the universe, and the universe replies. The spiritual master is simply one who has learned to govern this exchange. They have mastered silence, which allows them to perceive the subtle tones of the infinite. They employ sound as an instrument to slice through the illusions of the material realm. The ether that envelops you is not empty space. It is a profoundly sensitive recording medium that captures every vibration you release, every word you utter, every thought you hold, and every emotion produces a distinct frequency. These frequencies are permanently inscribed into the fabric of the universe. This unseen archive is the true memory of the soul, an unbroken record of every incarnation and decision. It is an immense ocean of vibrational data. When a soul comes back to the physical plane, it carries the accumulated frequencies of its past. The physical body you currently inhabit was constructed to match the precise vibrational blueprint your soul fashioned over thousands of years. The challenges you encounter and the sudden fears you cannot explain are not random accidents. They are unresolved, discordant frequencies pleading for harmony. The ancient mysteries taught that the body is a living temple locked from within. The keys are specific tones. When you grasp that physical ailments and mental blockages are merely trapped vibrations, you realize that genuine healing cannot arise from matter alone. It must arise from resonance. The centers along your spine function as receivers for these cosmic frequencies. Each center responds to a particular vowel sound. When voiced with pure intention, these sounds act like a sonic laser, slicing through dense layers of karmic noise. The lowest center at the base of the spine governs raw survival instincts. When you feel overwhelmed by earthly attachments, the center vibrates at a sluggish rate. But when the correct tone is applied, the vibration is compelled to accelerate. The heavy energy grows lighter and begins to ascend. It travels upward into the centers of emotion and love. As the energy moves through the heart, it transforms selfish desire into universal compassion. Simplemente absorbe la frecuencia que le ofreces y se esfuerza fielmente por expresar esa frecuencia en tu vida material. Pero existe un tercer nivel. Más allá del bullicio de la mente consciente y el condicionamiento del subconsciente, se encuentra la mente superconsciente. Esta es la chispa divina que llevas dentro. Es la parte de tu alma que nunca se apartó de la presencia de Dios. El superconsciente funciona únicamente sobre la frecuencia de la conciencia de Cristo. Es el recipiente eterno e incorruptible de la verdad divina. El objetivo del viaje humano es calmar la mente consciente y purificar el subconsciente tan profundamente que la luz pura del superconsciente pueda saturar todo tu ser. Jesucristo encarnó el dominio absoluto de este proceso. En él, la mente consciente estaba completamente entregada al superconsciente. La voluntad humana estaba perfectamente alineada con la voluntad divina. No simplemente accedía a una frecuencia más alta de vez en cuando. Se convirtió en su canal permanente cuando ordenaba al viento y a las olas que se calmaran. No estaba luchando contra la naturaleza. Emanaba una frecuencia de paz absoluta que los elementos caóticos se veían obligados a obedecer. La vibración más baja siempre debe ceder el paso a la vibración más alta. Esta es una ley universal inquebrantable. La Tierra es una escuela creada para poner a prueba tu dominio de esta ley. Estás situado en un entorno denso y desafiante, rodeado por las fuertes vibraciones de la ira, la codicia y el miedo. La prueba es sencilla, pero es la tarea más difícil en la creación. Puedes mantener la alta frecuencia del amor mientras estás inmerso en la baja frecuencia del mundo. ¿Puedes mantener el patrón de Cristo cuando la carne clama por venganza? La mayoría de las almas fracasan una y otra vez. Absorben las fuertes vibraciones que les rodean y las devuelven directamente, atrapándose en un bucle perpetuo de sufrimiento. Contrarrestan la ira con ira. Se oponen al odio con odio. Esto solo profundiza el lodazal espiritual. La ley de causa y efecto exige que coseches lo que siembras. His voice resonated at a frequency so pure that the diseased cells of the afflicted had no option but to fall into alignment with it. Blindness and leprosy were merely low frequencies, instantly overwhelmed by the vibration of divine perfection. He revealed what the human instrument can achieve when fully attuned to the mind of God. His miracles were mechanical proof of universal laws. To walk his path is a demanding process of inner tuning. It demands that you raise the vibration of your own body until it resonates with the frequency of unconditional love. The Master demonstrated that flesh and injury can carry the highest light without being destroyed. This tuning calls for profound discipline. You must shield your ears from the corrosive noise of despair and hatred. Every sound you take in either lifts your vibration nearer to the divine or drags it down into the mire of the earth. True silence is the ultimate aim of this process. True silence is not the absence of noise. It is the presence of the highest possible frequency. It is the Creator's vibration flowing through an unobstructed channel. When body and mind are tuned to this pure silence, the physical form becomes a flawless vessel for divine will. The cells cease their conflict and function in a unified symphony. Disease loses its hold because a low-frequency illness cannot endure within a high-frequency environment. The mind ceases to produce fear, for fear is a vibration of separation, and in this state there is no separation. You become a pure conduit for the light. This transformation is governed entirely by the laws of creation. You are the architect of your own internal frequency. Every moment and every sound is a chance to tune the instrument. The universe does not pass judgment on your actions. It merely responds to the frequency it receives. When the physical body is at last tuned to the high vibration of the divine, the illusion of mortality fractures. En ese instante de perfecta resonancia, la ilusión de separación se disuelve. El alma regresa a su fuente no como una chispa en blanco de luz, sino como un compañero plenamente consciente del Creador, transmitiendo la frecuencia eterna del amor para siempre. Hace décadas, Edgar Cayce sostenía la creencia de que los seres humanos se veían profundamente impactados por vibraciones invisibles, frecuencias con el poder de moldear estados emocionales, mentales e incluso espirituales. En aquel entonces muchos desestimaban estas ideas como mera superstición. Sin embargo, hoy en día, investigadores contemporáneos han comenzado a investigar cómo ciertos sonidos pueden afectar la concentración, la relajación profunda y los estados alterados de conciencia. Mientras preparaba este video, me topé con una experiencia sonora que me hizo pensar vívidamente en las ideas que acabas de escuchar. Si quieres probarlo tú mismo, he puesto el enlace en la descripción y en el primer comentario fijado. Pero compáctalo de verdad, en silencio, libre de distracciones, porque algunos oyentes dicen que transformó por completo la forma en que perciben sus propias mentes. Y ahora la pregunta se dirige a ti. Examina la vida que has construido a tu alrededor. Examina los patrones que se repiten año tras año, los conflictos que nunca parecen encontrar solución, las ansiedades silenciosas que te despiertan en mitad de la noche. ¿Cuál es la verdadera frecuencia que envías al mundo? Puedes engañar a tus amigos, puedes engañar a tu familia, y desde luego puedes engañarte a ti mismo, pero no se puede engañar al universo. El universo solo percibe tu vibración. Si tu vida está perpetuamente consumida por el caos, ¿quién produce el ruido cuando estás completamente solo, despojado de tu móvil, tu trabajo y tus distracciones diarias? ¿Cuál es el sonido de tu propia mente? ¿Es la voz tranquila y pequeña de la paz divina? ¿O es un estruendoso rugido de arrepentimientos y miedos? Cada vez que te aferras a un rencor, estás atando tu alma a una piedra. ¿Por qué te niegas a soltar las pesadas cargas que te arrastran hacia abajo? Not merely the physical absence of sound in an empty room, but the profound stillness of a mind in perfect alignment with its creator. You grumble about the sickness clinging to your body and the heavy fatigue dragging down your spirit, yet you stubbornly refuse to switch the channel of your own inner broadcast. You cling to bitter grudges that gradually decay your cells. You indulge dark thoughts of scarcity and separation that leave your spiritual centers entirely dormant and useless. If the universe answers strictly to the vibration you transmit, what exactly are you requesting every single day? If your body is a divine acoustic instrument, what tune is it playing right now? Is it a pure melody of divine love or a desperate, broken plea for validation in a material wasteland? You cannot trick the cosmic law of resonance. You cannot disguise a heavy, selfish spirit behind a loud voice or a forced smile. The unseen realm hears precisely who you are underneath the flesh. Are you prepared to confront the unbearable silence necessary to retune your soul? Or will you keep drowning in worldly noise until your physical instrument finally shatters under the strain? If what you just heard touched you, there is a way to welcome this silence rather than flee from it. I have placed a link in the description of this video and in the first pinned comment. That sound experience was crafted for moments such as this. When the world's noise feels deafening and the soul cries out for attention, open it tonight in a quiet space and let it reach the parts of you that words can no longer touch. The teachings shared in this video are drawn from the work of Edgar Cayce, the American mystic of the 20th century, whose documented readings explored the soul's journey, reincarnation, the laws of vibration, and the path of return to the divine. This content was produced based on the study of his readings in the archives of the Association for Research and Enlightenment. Take my hand.
You are safe now. Thank you, Optimization Lord. I thought I was lost.